Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. And in this video, well, I got myself some XP boost, okay? So I was doing some stuff a little bit earlier and there was a fishing group and they were just fishing away and I was like, wait, why don't I just join them? Because they made it rain. They made it do a max rain. And I wish I could have stayed on there for longer, but it was during lunchtime and I had to get back. I couldn't do it. Sadly, I couldn't stay on there for long enough, but if you log off and then log back on, your potion effects will stay. So I still have my potion effects on, and that's for another 30 minutes. So, like, I have my bait right there. I got some good stuff. Okay, now after this bait, the fish bait, I'm gonna be going over to spiked bait, and did you know that spiked bait is extremely underpowered, and here's why. Here's why spiked bait kinda sucks right now. It's because, like, the fish bait is better for catching sea creatures than spiked bait is. And this is the simple fact about it. 30% faster catch time naturally means 30% more sea creatures. And spiked bait just gives a 4% chance higher to catch sea creatures. And I mean, that's good and all. It might, like, hang on, if I just go to, look, bonus sea creature chance, 11%. Add 4 onto that, and that would increase the amount of sea creatures that you get by a third, like about a third more sea creatures overall, or almost 50%. So spiked bait would actually be pretty good. However, I just like doing this because overall it's a lot more progressive and it's kind of better than spiked bait. Oh, night squid, let's go. Oh yeah. I realized I've been catching more of those. You know how many pairs of those boots that I have? I have 2 squid boot pairs. I have no idea how much that goes for. I don't really know or care, but yeah. That's pretty OP. Somebody hired rain, bro. Look at this. It's so good. Oh, this guy's got squid boots on and pop, 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 pop. Come on, give me that. Hey, let's go. Oh, and I found a blessed bait. Okay, pretty nice. Blessed bait. Hang on. Blessed bait? 15%. Nope, not as good as faster fishing speed. I want to talk about a few serious things coming in the Dungeons update, specifically the reforges. So, the best reforge for armor is going to be pure, then spiked, then renowned. But really, renowned is not worth it, okay? From the most recent patch of threads, renowned is the exact same thing as spiked, but it gives plus 1% bonus. And I'm guessing that's a piece reforge. So in total, it'll give you plus 4% bonus overall, which is pretty good, but still, it sucks. It only drops from superior dragons, and like with the other things, it drops like the sword reforge, fabled, drops from all of the dragons. Then the spiked reforge, it drops from the spiked reforge drops from any dragon except for superior. Any dragon except for superior. So now you've basically got a superior drop for armor and a non-superior drop for armor, and the superior drop for armor is gonna be like it's not that much better. So I mean, there's pure and then there's spiked, and that's really all you're gonna be able to afford because the only thing outside of that is the other thing, and it's extremely expensive. Okay, so the best reforge for a sword is not going to be spicy anymore. It's going to be legendary it's going to be legendary if you don't have the Fabled, because Fabled gives so much crit damage and so much strength, just no crit chance. It doesn't give any crit chance, but they're buffing nearly. They're buffing crit chance, basically. They're upping the base from 20 to 30, and well, they're bringing down the maximum, but that's a 55 maximum crit chance. And then you have armor, which, if you have spiked on all of your pieces, will give you 48% crit chance. Insane! 48% crit chance from just your armor. Pure armor's gonna be the best armor because they removed the reforged godly blah 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 blah. That literally, it's gonna be the best armor. So you can definitely expect that, and with pure you get a little bit of everything, but crit chance is the hardest to come by and therefore it's the most valuable, and the fact that pure matches that is like, they have to decrease that or it's just going to be the exact same thing. Oh, I just threw in spooky bait, dang it. I don't want spooky bait. I want to catch sea creatures. Why would you want spooky bait? Selling that thing to the NPC. But the other thing is, here's the other thing. You don't even need crit chance on a sword. You don't need legendary on a sword because you want fabled. You want more damage. See, fabled is overpowered and it only gives damage. That's how they're singling it out. They're making the only OP upgrade give damage. It's not giving any kind of buff to your... It's not giving any other buff at all. Just your crit damage and your strength, which singles it out because it's the best reforge, right? So people aren't going to go for something that gives them more mana. They're going to go for the thing that's the best, which is strength and crit damage as a fabled reforge. Like, I know they think they're singling it out and making it so that people will want to try other builds because it doesn't give any crit chance, and they've completely removed crit chance from talismans except for Unpleasant, which gives barely any. It's quite bad. And then you just have a armor piece. The best armor reforge gives crit chance. The best armor reforge gives crit chance. Renowned gives crit chance. Spiked gives crit chance. Those, the best, give crit chance. And then you have a bow. Unreal also gives crit chance. It gives crit chance. Do you get what I'm pointing to? They're nerfing crit chance on talismans, completely destroying it actually. And they're doubling it on armor and other reforges such as that. So really, they're not exactly nerfing it. And I'm hoping this comes with a talisman buff. Like, because without reforges, talismans, they were useless, okay? They were absolutely pointless. Like, the only things you really needed, you didn't even need a gravity talisman. You didn't need a wood affinity talisman. You needed none of those because their bonus was so small. You just did it for the reforges. I mean, all of them made your life just a teensy-weensy bit easier, but the reforges that they gave made your life so much easier. And you know what? They didn't nerf all the talismans. All you people being like, okay, well now what's the best talisman? What's going to be the new best build? It's still going to be damage. Still will be damage. Always will be damage unless they get rid of all of this crit chance and everything. Or just nerf the damage output. You don't even have to nerf crit chance. You can nerf the damage output that damage reforges would give. And the damage will just fall away and people won't be interested really in damage. Then introduce a new mob or some more things that require mana. Maybe things that buff your strength when you have more HP. I can see it. A new pet right now. More defense and the more health you have, the more strength and the more crit damage you will have. Easy. Simple. Perfect tier 12 armor. Amazing. Guess what the one reforge they didn't nerf was? They actually buffed it, really. In the revamp reforges thread number 4, they actually buffed it. It was forceful. At common, it gives +4 strength. At legendary, it gives +15. This is on a basic level, okay? This is on talisman reforge level. Do you know what the next strongest talisman was? Superior! Damage! +2 strength and +2 crit damage. That was the second strongest reforge on the list. You know what the third strongest reforge was? Demonic. It gave +2 strength and +2 intel. I mean, now you have a little bit of intelligence, but you still get damage. You still get damage. And Strange was just all of sorts. I don't know what they planned to do for it, but all along that Strange Reforge list, it was just random, 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 random. Oh, this part's right here is not very good for common. It like it minuses out some things and it adds in some things. So really, it's like normal at common, but it's terrible at legendary. Okay, compared to other reforges. Compared to other reforges alone, it actually gains a little bit of progress. But if we take those numbers literally, at legendary, it absolutely sucks. It gains like a little bit more than when it was at rare. And rare is just a little bit better than it was at common. And from common to uncommon, it's just like you added a few numbers and subtracted a few numbers. It doesn't look any different. It's just a teensy bit different. And so Strange, still one of the worst reforges out there. Forceful, now it's the best reforge. Since they removed crit chance, now they even buffed Superior so that it would give more strength, but they took away the crit chance, which is why it technically got a nerf. Now the ones that give just pure damage, those are going to be the best ones. Strength barely got changed. It's just a one less point for strength and crit damage. Just one less point. In so many of the reforges were focused around damage. So many of them. So that you'd have to change up how it would work really in order for you'd have to change some of the reforges completely. Like you'd have to delete some reforges, add in some new reforges to the game in order for it to really feel that different. Sorry if I feel like I am actually insulting them, but that is the truth, and while I do think they are buffing some other methods as well as damage, they're buffing other methods while keeping damage the same, and maybe, well, because all the other methods were just terrible before. I mean, all you need for zealot hunting is damage and speed. And the only way to get speed was through mana. And really, the abilities that items possess aren't good enough and are overpriced for mana. So take the just take the AOTE for an example. You notice that I don't have a lot of intelligence. If I were to put on, here's the thing as well, they don't give a lot of other things along with intelligence. It's usually just intelligence. No other combo works with intelligence. You either have to go full intelligence or no intelligence, and that's the bad thing. You can't go partial intelligence, because if you go partial intelligence, you won't have enough mana for anything. But if you go full intelligence, you won't have enough DPS or HP to do anything. Wise? That's an example of partial mana. It's not full mana. An example of full mana is a crystal set. And I mean, the Wise Reforge is getting a buff, so maybe Wise armor will come out to be a decent armor set. But here's another thing. The best Reforge, Spiked and Renowned, don't give enough mana. They give some mana, they just don't give enough. Those are all the points that I would like to cover. So basically, they're types of play styles. You can do almost hybrid anything with combat, okay? Basically, you can combo with almost anything. You can combo damage with defense, still have quite a bit of DPS, and defense, really, if you have a high DPS, doesn't matter a bunch, so comboing a moderate amount of DPS, a moderate amount of defense with a kind of high amount of DPS is good. You can also do this with a little bit of health, a little bit of defense, and with a bunch of damage. You can combo defense and health. You can combo defense and health just straight up without any DPS. You can combo a whole bunch of things, but the fact that this takes 50 mana and that mana does not recharge very fast, that destroys any possibility of you being able to combo mana with something. And the fact that you don't have anything that, well, you have the weird tuba, but that doesn't have a long charge. It doesn't last very long and you have to switch to it, and you have to have it in your hotbar slot. So it's not that good considering you have to manually switch to it. But here's the thing, it also, yeah, I covered everything on why mana cannot be combined with other things. And then there's just the fact that the best reforges in the game are focused on either everything, a little bit of everything, which destroys mana, or damage and strength. But anyways, guys, I think we'll end it off there. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and definitely make sure to like and subscribe if you wish to support this channel, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.